Across the country, over 3,500 thefts are reported every day.
And have you noticed any other property that's been taken?
To track these thieves down, police rely on the network of cameras lining Britain's roads.
The IP said whilst officers were with her when it was stolen, she received a phone call from a friend saying that they'd seen the vehicle matching this description in Chad at the time.
Yeah, we put the stolen on the IP office as well, just in case it's 15 that.
14 miles northwest of Derby, traffic cop Craig Dawes is looking for a stolen car that's triggered police cameras.
The report that we'd got is that the owner had dropped some keys, didn't know where or when, and somebody picked it up and drove the car. But car key burglary, it's a big problem we're suffering at the moment. Normally they burgle the house, steal items, and then make off in the car.
So far, the vehicle's hit up somewhere, supposedly in convoy with a Corsa. So we're looking for that as well now. It is important that we try and locate it as quick as possible.
The cops are also looking for a red Vauxhall Corsa, which has been seen travelling together with the stolen car.
It's always nice to catch somebody in the act, but it's very rare that that happens. Ollie, I've just come round there now.
Craig and colleagues, including traffic cop Matt Cooling, surround the area.
We've managed to pinpoint it down to a rough town, but bear in mind it's a nice day, the area's busy, there's lots of tourist areas. If this car fails to stop, what's going to happen? Is he going to collide? Is he going to cause damage? Are we going to get injured?
I've got it in convoy with the Corsa.
With Craig and other units minutes away, Matt keeps his distance.
Yeah, in front of me there's a blue BMW, member of the public. In front of that is subject vehicle, which is the Golf. And then ahead of that is the Corsa that was mentioned in convoy towards Derby.
I'm making my way, Coolio.
There is a lot of responsibility when you're the first car that makes contact with it. My job is to continue to follow it and give live updates as to where we're going, whether it's changing its manner of driving due to seeing me.
It's not a failed stop at this time. It's driving normally in traffic. I've got one covered.
It's then a case of me getting other units behind me to catch me up, and at the first available opportunity, look at boxing the vehicle in.
The plan is we'll get sufficient T-Pack resources and we'll look at a preemptive box on the Golf initially.
At Force HQ, Control is able to track the officers and help position other units ahead of Matt.
My name's 01. I'm one of the units that is Maxwell, and we sent the Stinger out there, and the rest of you moved down to form a convoy to preemptive attack. 2-9, just to let you know, you've got other units coming to you. 2-5, I've got your Stinger. Where are you?
I'm behind you now.
After 6 minutes, Craig catches up. Up ahead, Matt and the suspect cars are stuck at temporary traffic lights.
Coolio, I've got you in sight now.
Yeah, just be mindful when this traffic passes, he is watching in the offside mirror. You've got enough up there to should it called stop to stinging? Yeah, 2-4. Gents, after this traffic then, move up please. I'll take car 1. Mark car take 2. Take car 2. And if you can take car 3 to the rear, doors in.
I'm clear now of traffic.
So the driver has clocked me, and he's been fidgety in the seat, watching me constantly in the mirror, clearly watching for what's going to be the next move that we're going to make.
Yeah, they're expected to stop. This is a fail to stop.
As Matt and Craig pursue the stolen Golf, the suspect Corsa is left behind.
Authorities continue, please.
Yeah, authority CRA continuing traffic.
Thank you. Speed is now 60 increasing in a 50. DRA is low at the moment. Now entering the town, it is 80 in a 30.
There's nothing fun about being involved in pursuits. They are dangerous and it exposes a lot of people to danger and risk.
Full stand by.
The car has hit a curb and is damaged.
Yeah, vehicle lost control on an offside bevy. This vehicle has got heavy damage to its rear near side wheel, buckled and the vehicle is crabbing. Speed is 70 in a 50. The vehicle's all over the road due to the damage. I'm just conscious I need to public. DRA is high. I'm holding back. I'm a good probably 300-400 yard, I think now.
So the driver's now damaged his wheel, and even at that point continued to drive at high speed, and it just means that, you know, the risks are even higher than what they were before, because he's now got control of a vehicle which is now all over the road and is still not slowing down.
Ahead, a stinger is set up to puncture the stolen car's tyres.
Yeah, vehicle is now slowing. Just trying to play catch up. Yeah, I've now regained eyeball of the vehicle. Still crabbing. Speed is 80 and a 50. I've got a near side indication. Stand by.
Get out of the car! Get him out! Get him over! Get him out! Stand him back! Get him over! Yep, get him up, guys. Come on, get around here. Yep. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Down! Down! Yeah. Prison time! You're under arrest. Suspicion of theft.
There.
Yep, I'm failing to stop.
Failing to stop for police.
Yeah.
Dangerous driving.
Yeah.
No insurance.
No insurance.
Have you got any insurance? No, it's a stolen car, so you won't be insured.
Stolen?
And theft of a motor vehicle.
Theft?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you don't have to say anything, but my only defence, if you don't mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court, anything you do say may be given in evidence, and it's necessary for the prompt and effective investigation of those offences.
Can I have a solicitor?
I think you can have a solicitor who can at least do that for you, yeah. Up you get. Up you get.
This one. You got anything on you? Scratches?
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
That had the potential there to become, a serious incident. Never got anybody's safety. Luckily, nobody's been injured or any other vehicles damaged. That's the main thing. You know, great sting by JT up there, which disabled his rear tyre.
Yeah, we got the sting, yeah. Certainly went over it. As I was pulling it back in, a car's come over and dragged it out of my hand, so it's ripped it out of my hand, so it's cut my hand to smithereens as well.
Sting is a brilliant tool that we use now. It's becoming more and more common. I saw it back end of it in the road.
As I've stung it, and I'm pulling it back in, because I was pulling it across the road.
I saw a string like in air.
And that's how it ended. Luckily for you lot, it ended up where it did.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do anything about it.
No, mate, good work, good work.
The driver and his passenger are both under 18.
What you got on you? Anything?
I was shocked at how young they looked. These are kids that drive in this car, probably don't have a licence, and the risk that they've just taken for what gain? What are they going to get out of this?
In the last 5 years, there have been more than 12,000 prosecutions involving teenagers under the age of 18 for car crimes.
Sweating, boss.
It will be.
Woof.
We find that Teenagers are involved in car crime quite a lot, whether from joyriders or they've been sent in to do the burglary to take the cars. You know, you tend to find that Mr. Big at the top of the chain will find somebody vulnerable, find somebody that just wants a bit of money. Here's £50, I want that car stealing from there, bring it to there, thank you very much.
I bought it earlier. I had no ignition that it was stolen.
Well, I'm telling you it is, all right?
Whoa, stop that car!
As the road reopens, officers spot 2 more teenage suspects in the red Corsa, which is believed to be linked to the stolen Golf.
So what we've got is the car we've talked about that's in convoy. We've managed to get that as well. So a great result, had by all.
Anything you can say, maybe giving evidence, do you understand that? Okay. These will be taken to Ripley custody now, where they'll be dealt with by the local force, where the vehicle's been stolen from. Everything came together quite nicely. A successful outcome on this job.
It's 25 degrees outside. You've got 2 pairs of trackies on, 2 jumpers.
You stand back and think, the kids.
Your taxi up you get then, chap.
But then, regardless of their age, they put others at risk and me.
All right, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
With the 4 suspects facing questioning about their involvement in the theft of the Golf, it's the end of a busy shift for Craig and the team. Coming up, criminals desperate to get away.
Males have just stolen tools and smashed the windows to a van with a hammer.
It's shocking. One of them's got a hammer, who obviously smashes the window, and the other appears to have a machete.
Gangs targeting motorway services.
3 occupants arrested that have been seen angle grind in the back of a lorry.
And a burglary in progress as thieves smash their way into a shop.
I don't think people quite understand sometimes how crucial that CCTV can be in giving us a lead on something.
Across England and Wales, police recorded more than 1.3 million thefts in 2021. They increasingly rely on the country's network of cameras to bring criminals to justice.
CCTV is a massive, massive positive for the police, and it is a huge piece of evidence that the police can use. It is a massive deterrent for people, and it is hugely, hugely positive.
Hello? Emergency. I've had the tools stolen from my van, and I've been attacked with a hammer, and my vehicle's window smashed. We're in the middle of nowhere, and I'm not comfortable.
No, I bet you are.
Can you get somebody in, please? Because if they come back armed with a hammer, I'm in trouble.
And observations on units in the Gronfield area for an incident that's just happened with Gronfield. Males have just stolen tools and smashed the windows to a van with a hammer.
On the M1 near Chesterfield, traffic cop Andy Swift is 10 miles from the scene of the reported attack and theft.
I'm at the junction 30 minutes, I'll start making my way over that way. Could you try and find out a bit more about what type of van it is, please?
Yeah, he didn't know, he just said a large white van. 16 plate, that's as much as he got.
People stealing tools from a van in Dromfield. It's one of them things though, it's middle of the day, white van men are all out and about, you know what I mean? It's not 6 in the morning or like that where people aren't around.
My plan is to just look for a vehicle that matches the description of the one that's been given by the victim, so in this case a white van.
You're massively against it because they can go anywhere they want, but at the same time you've only got to get lucky once, whereas they've got to get lucky every time.
After an hour searching for the thieves,
I'm about a mile away, I think.
The victim has found the van abandoned nearby.
The van mover thinks it's on clone plates.
At the moment, they're probably fully aware of the fact that we believe that they're driving a white van. It's an easily identifiable feature. We haven't got a description of them. If they're out on foot, obviously it just makes it a lot more difficult, especially if they split up to make the getaway.
I've never been down here before. Okay. 47, state 6 with the van.
Thank you.
The location, it's just in the middle of nowhere really. It's a countryside area, it's good for them sometimes because not many witnesses. So they might think, well, we can dump it here and then it might not get noticed for, I don't know, a day, 2 days. Whereas if they start dumping it and taking things out the back in the middle of a town or a city, there's obviously a lot more witnesses around and you've got things like CCTV and stuff like that.
Hello.
Hey man, alright?
Are you alright? Are you the one that phoned up, are you, about it?
Yeah.
Lovely. Nicked, I think.
Is it? Well, it looks like a clear that.
I assume they've nicked it. Whatever was in it is in terms of the parcels, and then obviously that other stuff I think's been nicked as well. Where from, I'm not sure. But
Right, well that's my stuff.
is that your stuff, is it?
Yeah.
Right. Is that you the one that phoned up early on, then? Are you?
I thought what happened was I was up on Woodmere. You probably don't know it. I was up at Holmesfield mowing,
Yeah.
swimming around, and they backed into the little snicket that I was in.
Yeah.
And I went to put my mower back in the van as they drove off. Opened the van bare.
Right, I get.
So I went in pursuit.
Yeah.
And they came down here.
Yeah.
And I got to there, and they jumped out with a lump hammer.
Right, so
and
sure.
put the window through.
Right.
So I sped off that way.
Obviously you would do,
Obviously,
yeah.
phone 999.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll just come back down to see because if they get pulled and they've got a mower in the back, so I thought it might just be discarded there.
Is the still blower thing yours
That
as well?
still
is it?
blower and that lawnmower is
Yours,
mine, yeah.
All right. So if you want to make your life a bit easier, get your stuff out of it now.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So if you got your, do you want to bring your van up?
Yeah,
Or-
brilliant.
Just bring it up here, mate. Yeah, of course you can.
Despite the rural location, a property with CCTV has captured the moments after the gardener tried to get his stuff back.
The violence is shocking. The lengths people are willing to go to for what is effectively a mower and a strimmer are unbelievable, really. It angers me when you watch it and see what they're willing to do. One of them's got a hammer, who obviously smashes the window, and the other appears to have a machete.
I know a lot of tradesmen, builders, and everybody you speak to. There isn't one who's not had this sort of experience. It's just it's an epidemic.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. It's getting the stuff back that's the main thing, because I can't work without the stuff, and to keep going and buying stuff at £1,000, £1,500, only for it to happen again maybe in another couple of weeks. I don't know what the answer is.
Complex.
By checking the vehicle identification number through the windscreen, Andy can find the identity of the van.
Stolen from Preston in Macclesfield, parcel delivery van. On the 5th of March this year, with about 7 parcels on board.
It's been stolen. They don't want to be seen as driving around that because it might activate ANPR cameras or people might be looking for it, and they'll just stick on other vehicles' number plates, generally of a similar description. So a Peugeot partner might not be quite the same model, or a Peugeot box, or whatever it is. Might be a slightly different engine or something like that, but it'll be something that if you were to glance at it, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's the right vehicle. This is why when your parcels don't get delivered, and everyone's at home moaning like I am, going, where's my parcel? Because some poor souls had the van nicked. That's a shoe, that one. Oh dear.
There is a massive issue at the moment with parcel delivery vehicles being stolen. You've got all the parcels, so there might actually be something of real value in there, and also you've got yourself a stolen vehicle, so it's a massive problem.
But parcels aren't the only items the thieves have been targeting.
They've obviously been nicking a lot of tools because this is a van that obviously delivers Amazon parcels, so it would have no need for a wood plane and other tools as far. So they've obviously been using it to nick tools for a while. I'll tell you what, they're ready if anyone stops them. Baseball bat, 9 iron. There's no doubt that if they were going to be stopped by the police or attempt to be stopped, they're already in possession of weapons that they can use. So it shows you what type of people you're dealing with, because I think it's fair to say they're probably not avid golfers or baseball aficionados, so I think it's quite clear what they got them for. Probably the more concerning one is clearly this is a massive crowbar that someone's got. That is weighty. And you throw that at someone, it's like a spear. It's like something from I don't know, something from ancient times. You throw that at someone and that goes straight through your windscreen.
With no sign of the thieves, all Andy can do is recover the van and its contents for forensics and hope there's a match to the men caught on camera.
People that are out and about committing these crimes on this level, this is an organised crime gang. The lengths they're willing to go to is just crazy. The value of what they're stealing and what they'll get for it is massively outweighed by the violence or willingness to use violence. It's beggars belief.
With 5 million CCTV cameras, the UK has the world's 4th largest surveillance network, and police secure over 1 million convictions each year as a result.
A picture speaks 1,000 words, and being able to review something via CCTV shows unbiasedly what's happened, and that for us is best evidence.
Then I'm just approaching junction 29, so I'm going to come off and wait on the north on slip. You might as well wait, Chris, on the roundabout initially, mate, in case it comes off.
Staff at a motorway service station have alerted the police to some suspicious activity in their lorry park. Traffic cop Matt Cooling is nearby.
We've received information that 2 people have been witnessed trying to break into a lorry trailer at Tib Shelf Services. Apparently it's a black BMW. So just I've got a car sat on the overbridge in case it comes off, and I'll sit here, see if I can get behind it here. I know there was other units that were nearby and looking, and it was just a case of strategically placing ourselves in a position where we were going to come across it.
Tango 30, set up Stinger, box with the...
This is it coming past us now, I think.
Attention. Colleagues are already following the suspects as Matt joins the motorway.
We're on the motorway network, on the M1. You know, it's a fast 4-lane bit of the motorway, a very dangerous place.
Weather dry, stand by.
What we don't want is a situation where this vehicle is going to start upping the ante, trying to get away at high speed, because then we've got a big risk then of getting other members of the public embroiled in the incident.
That's 200. That's 100.
The decision was, when we knew that we'd got a safe, sterile area, that we were going to put a box on and bring this vehicle to a stop.
2270. Keep moving up, 80. Take a 30, I'm just joining at 29 Alpha. Not with it yet. 80. Stop.
With enough police units in place, Matt and the team move in.
Stopped you before, I think a few weeks ago.
Don't like us boys from Leeds, that's what it is.
Well,
Leeds people, they don't like us over here.
The occupants of the car were from out the county, they were from West Yorkshire, and what we see is that in relation to theft from HGVs and the organised crime aspect, those individuals involved in that are generally from the same area that these 4 had come from.
What was last time when you stopped me again? We stopped you before, or Derbyshire?
we've had information that suggests that a vehicle similar description to yours, the occupants have been seen to angle grind a lorry at Tib Shelf Services, all right?
Thieves will often cut through lorry curtain sides to check the value of the cargo before returning to steal it.
2 batteries, Matt.
Were they all in the middle bit?
Yeah. Makita. Yeah. Expensive, yeah.
They look like metal cutting discs.
Put one like a little angle grinder. So I just cut through metal.
Fortunately, the only thing we're missing is the angle grinder itself. I reckon that's been tossed, mate. That's going to have been discarded or thrown somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Listen, there were 2 lads in a Beamer, 54 plate grey Beamer.
Where did they go?
I don't know, when I pulled out from there.
What?
They're all like smoked up a proper old car, you know what I mean?
The driver was trying to claim that we'd stopped the wrong BMW, that he'd seen another one at the services, and that ultimately we got the wrong people.
Officers also find high-vis jackets in the car.
Sometimes being really bright and stand out makes you actually look more incognito than actually creeping around in black hoodies. So, work gloves, high-vis, just look like they're wandering around the trucks to, go back to one of their own lorries.
They put a plastic cover over the thing though, mate.
What on there? It's estimated thieves steal goods worth £70 million from trucks every year.
Getting locked up. Getting locked up.
3 occupants arrested at the minute that have been seen angle grinding the back of a lorry. So they're locked up for vehicle interference with a view to obviously steal something from it, we suspect. So see what they've got to say when they're interviewed. We'll get the car seized. I'll see you back at the office. They don't give up. They're at it relentlessly, day in, day out. I've met the driver about twice, I think, 3 times possibly. The issue is that, they're the spotters, so to speak. They're the one that will go and, see what's in these trucks, whether it's worth nicking from them or whatever. They're just part of the chain. And then as soon as they find something that's worth taking for them, then they'll call in this other lorry or something, and that gets loaded up then with all the goods. And the first time the innocent lorry driver will know about it is when they woke up from the slumber. It's all part of organised crime higher up, but the luck's run out tonight.
Coming up, a suspected gang targeting heavy machinery.
The informant's had his CCTV upgraded into theft a couple of days ago, and it's caught the exact same vehicle that turned up and nicked his trailer the other night, so there's a good chance that they are going to turn back up.
And it's a race against time to catch armed thieves.
Defenders don't care who they hurt, what they do. To them, injuring a cop, it's absolutely nothing.
Right, okay, sorry, just speak a bit slower. So you've got a shop, and what's happened?
Across England and Wales, there are 1.8 million thefts and burglaries every year.
Have you got CCTV in your shop?
But catching thieves in the act is never easy.
Were they on foot or on bike?
So I've been a cop coming up 8 years now, and theft has never seemed to go down since I started. Thieves are just the absolute scum of the earth. They ruin everybody's life that they come across.
Oscar Tango 34, available for a 1014 intruder activation. Any over?
Yeah, I'm coming in from Alfreton side. CCTV monitoring system at the tip shelf has confirmed intruder.
Traffic cop Chris Wells-Jackson is on his way to a burglary.
While I'm travelling, the information that I'm getting told is that the offender's inside the building, the alarm's sounding, and the smoke screen's gone off.
With Chris just moments away, time is critical. The thieves are getting ready to make their escape. Chris searches the store, but there's no sign of the thieves. So he checks the CCTV to help identify the suspects.
So on the CCTV, so 0309, the blue vehicle comes past. A minute later, we see these offenders turning up. One of them's armed with a baseball bat, and the other one, interestingly, goes straight for the bin lid. But you can see This guy's got some sort of jemmy and they're just taking the time to crowbar the door up. The guy at the back who's shrouded in the smoke, he's got quite a large stick in his hand. And this guy here's got a knife in his hand. They're obviously professionals at what they do. They'll have been here in the daytime as a general customer to have a good look round, scope round the shop, look at where the exits are, look at what security features the shop's got. They'll have planned every little bit of this and they'll have had a target to get in and out within 3 or 4 minutes, and essentially that's what they've done. I'm sure they'll have scoped another shop out and another one after that, and they'll keep doing it and doing it and doing it until they get caught, because it obviously pays. Less than a minute between those guys walking out of the shop and going across the car park. The same blue vehicle heads back in the opposite direction. So we'll do a little bit of research on it. We'll pass some observations out across our force and neighbouring forces, and hopefully at some point tonight we'll get that picked up before it does another job. I don't think people quite understand sometimes how crucial that CCTV can be in giving us a lead on something. When it comes down to tracing vehicles, people don't realise how important it is for us to link them to a series of other similar offences, because there will always be CCTV at the next offence and the one after that. So when you start putting things together, it creates a much bigger picture, and ultimately that bigger picture will lead to a better investigation.
Convenience stores and service stations aren't the only target for thieves. Trade in heavy machinery has become big business for organised criminals. And in the last year, there has been a 50% rise in these types of thefts.
Plant theft is very common, and because you only have to steal one item and that could be worth 40, 50 grand. If you've already got a buyer that's willing to take that off your hands, then it's an easy night's work.
And Tango 49. What was the informant's address, please? Have they mentioned any vehicles on the log?
Chris is 2 hours into another shift.
Somebody's called up to say that someone's turned up at an address and starting to film some plant machinery, possibly looking at stealing it, so I'm just going to make his way to the area.
The information I'm getting as I'm travelling is that this guy's trailer's been stolen a few days back, and he recognises the offending vehicle that's just turned up on his street, so he thinks that these guys are going to come back and steal his mini digger.
So the informant's house is a little bit further back. It turns out that the guy that's called us is just having some CCTV fitted, and they should have captured the vehicle and the reg on the CCTV that they're fitting.
The victim has clips of his trailer theft.
Hi, mate.
That's my trailer, so basically it was here.
Yeah.
Wedged in behind my van. Mr. Scott was forward, and it's gone.
Magic.
Here's footage. So that's here, looking from that camera of the garage.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Junk round.
It's really hurting because by having that trailer stolen, he's had to pay to rent another trailer to carry on his business. Can they get access to that digger? And on top of that, he's got the worry that these people are going to come back and steal something else of his.
With his trailer already gone, the man is worried the gang will return tonight for his mini digger. It's an issue that is costing tradesmen millions of pounds a year.
If you do see it again, just ring straight back in. People will go to try and find it. Right, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
The suspect getaway car is linked to an address close by, so Chris and his colleagues begin a search.
It's registered here. There's every chance it's just drove down here off the cuff. And it ain't there now. It's a strange one. I mean, you could almost throw a stone to that address, couldn't you, from the offence location, so it's quite strange. I'd be very, very surprised if it's going to do anything that close to home, but you never know.
Minutes later, the suspect car hits police cameras.
I'm not far away. Adam, keep behind it, mate.
Chris is trying to get ahead of the car so he can intercept it.
I'm going to sit at the junction with Pinkston Lane and Mansfield Road. Is it coming in that direction?
Coming up.
Contact today.
Chris catches sight of the suspect.
Turn left onto Mansfield Road. If I go in front, if someone else just wants to drop up behind it.
And moves in to make an arrest.
Those plates that was in the back of that car, okay? Yeah. They are plates off a stolen trailer.
In the last year, there's been a significant rise in the theft of heavy machinery, costing businesses an estimated £400 million.
Can they get access to that digger?
The traffic cops in Derbyshire are on the hunt for a suspect linked to the recent theft of a trailer and the targeting of a mini digger.
Yeah, 2-4. I'm sat at end of Pinkston Lane, so if it comes this way. In fact, it's in front of me now. Contact today. It's a turn left onto Mansfield Road.
15 miles north of Derby, traffic cop Chris Wells-Jackson has found the suspect car.
2-4, it's straight on, the mini roundabout.
Chris believes the suspect may be planning another theft from the same location.
If I go in front, if someone else just wants to drop up behind it. Hi mate.
Alright.
You alright, you?
Yeah, good, tied up.
Good. Reason I've stopped you
Yeah.
is vehicle's been seen in suspicious circumstances.
Right, okay.
Alright. So I'm going to take some details off you, okay? Do me a favour, turn the engine off, we'll get our car shifted, alright, and then we'll come here, put road up, alright. Just going to grab your keys. Whose vehicle is it?
It's one of my friends, to be honest.
It's one of your friends. Are you sure to drive it?
It's on a trailer's policy, yeah.
Is it? Okay, no problem. Right, so basically, this vehicle's possibly been involved in a theft at some point in the last couple of days, and then possibly scoping out for another theft earlier on this evening.
You're joking?
No. So.
A theft of what?
Plant machinery.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to detain you at the moment.
Yeah,
alright,
no
until we know what's going on. Alright.
Yeah.
Who's at number plates in the back of the car?
Mate, I have no idea. The car's used variously.
There's plates in the back of the car from stolen vehicles.
Can I just answer my friend?
No, not at the moment. You're detained, alright. Come sit it back in my car for me.
There is a number plate in the back from the stolen trailer, so it's a good result, really.
I'm going to keep you in cuffs. I'm going to detain you for the purposes of a search of you itself and that vehicle, alright?
Yeah, no
I'm
problem.
sure you've probably not got much on yourself, okay? But just to let you know, you've been detained under Section 1 of PACE, okay?
Yeah.
The grounds for that search are obviously the vehicle's been seen in suspicious circumstances.
Yeah.
We believe it might have been involved in a plant theft a couple of nights ago.
Right, okay.
I'll just go wisely with him while we...
Mate, you're not showing as being insured on the
Have you got
policy.
another vehicle you can drive at all?
I'm fully comprehensive on other vehicles.
What?
There's my policy, look. That's me there. It has come up as I need to do a payment on it, but it's still active.
It says this policy has expired or has been cancelled. It says it at the top.
That's the text I've had today then, but it is still running till midnight. That is my typical look.
It says policy end date 31st of the 5th 2021, so that was 4 days ago.
Shit, I've missed that, haven't I?
Yeah.
Is there no way I can do something about
Right,
that?
I'll be straight with you. Alright, so those plates that was in the back of that car, okay?
Yeah.
They are plates off a stolen trailer.
You're joking?
No. Okay, that trailer was stolen 2 days ago, okay? So the suspicious circumstances that vehicle's been seen in tonight has been near the exact same offence location as the trailer being stolen the other night. I'll be straight with you, you're coming with us for an interview, okay?
No problem.
Right. I'm no expert,
but putting 2 and 2 together, we might just get 4.
While the suspect is checked in for questioning,
I'll take the time, take the cuffs off, get to wash your hands, we'll get you booked in, okay?
Chris updates the owner of the stolen trailer.
Hi mate, 6 Police, you alright?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good, got some good news for you. We've got the vehicle stopped and a lad locked up, and your reg plates off your trailer are in the back of the car, so I'm happy it's the right vehicle.
I just knew something could come of it.
No, you're alright. I can't promise you the world and say that he's going to be going to prison, etc. But
totally, but we're getting somewhere, aren't we? Let's face it.
yeah, I mean, we literally got him stopped about 15 minutes after I spoke to you. Just kick your shoes off.
Yeah.
Cheers, Ian. We've really got to have some solid evidence to prove that he's stolen it. Hopefully, the CCTV will show enough to get some sort of conviction against him.
It's estimated that the widespread use of CCTV has helped reduce the burglary and theft rate by up to 20% a year.
It amazes me the lengths people go to steal something, but at the same time, unfortunately, if you've got someone that's willing to buy something, if there's a demand there, then people are going to carry on doing it.
In this episode, the teenagers arrested in the stolen Golf for theft of a motor vehicle, failing to stop and dangerous driving have both been released under investigation while the police undertake further statements and phone analysis. The driver and passenger in the suspected convoy car were later de-arrested and no action was taken against them for any offences. In the case of the attack with the hammer and the gardener's stolen tools, forensic tests have identified 2 suspects, but as yet no arrests have been made. The men suspected of attempting to steal from a lorry were released without charge the following day due to the unlikely prospect of a conviction. Each of them have been arrested on more than 2 occasions for similar offences in the last year. Police were unable to identify the suspects who broke into the convenience store or their getaway car. And the man arrested on suspicion of stealing a trailer and the targeting of a mini digger was not charged with any theft offences, but he has been reported to court for driving without insurance and with a bald tyre. He could be facing a driving ban for totting up.
Traffic Cops is back new next Monday at 8. Preparing for the most important ceremonial occasion in decades, the Queen's Guard, a year in service, is brand new Thursday at 8. And tonight, facing the dangers of fighting crime after dark, a brand new Police Night Shift 999 is next.